pulled into the next spot. It's about 9 o'clock. Jake's been hearing a bird here, and maybe, actually maybe a couple birds, but we have some property lines that might cause us issues. So I killed one here years and years and years ago, but we're hoping we can just strike him up. I don't know if he's got a lot of hens or not, but I'm gonna walk on back. It's a short walk, let out a couple calls, and see what happens. Do you want the decoy or not? This isn't good, guys. This is not good for turkey hunting. How does that happen twice in one day? I want to cry. I want to shed man tears. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
How did he end up in another hunter's lap?
He had to be on top of him.
What are the odds?
I could see him. I could see him. Our day has taken quite the turn of events. We got a few hours that we can hunt still, but we're not going to be hunting. We're going to spend it trying to catch a poacher. So we were just set up on our uncle's place, and the neighbor we know very well is a friend of ours, and he hunts too. And we had a tom at about 200 yards. We could see him in the hardwoods with some hens, and they were kind of working towards us. I lost sight of him for probably a couple minutes, and we heard a shot crack off. We assumed it was the neighbor, but then come to find out, the neighbor was walking in with his grandson to hunt, and we told him about what happened. So nobody hunts that property other than them, and nobody hunts this property other than us and our family. So we're going in right now. I'm gonna try to locate where that tom was, and hopefully between the three of us and then the other landowner, we can find at least maybe the shell, if not some feathers. And you know, fingers crossed we get the game warden involved and we can catch this person, because we don't want to let stuff like this slide. This is what ruins hunting for the guys that do it right. So we're gonna video everything, and I guess at the end of this, hopefully we got a poacher. All right, you're good. If you go straight that way, that's the gap I saw him through, yep. Just to the right of that tree. And they started drifting left, so it's somewhere in there. Dude, I'm so bummed.
Me too, man.
Well, we can't find anything yet. I mean, it's like a needle in a haystack looking for some feathers or a shotgun shell, but we were hoping we could find it, so I don't know. It's just so disappointing. If you're watching this and you're one of the dudes that do that, just stop. Just don't do that anymore. It's terrible. Tell you what, dude, whoever shot this thing did not deserve the show that he got with that thing gobbling in his lap from us calling.
Right,
Yep.
because from the time you lost it to the time it got shot was a couple minutes, which means the turkey was right in front of him.
Dude, it's got to be right in here. I don't know why we can't find it. What'd you get? Yep.
There.
That's it.
No blood on him, but I'm sure he's dead.
Yep. We got to find the tree.
I don't know if this is where he flopped or if he was carrying them out and lost.
Yeah, I know, that could be it too. This sounds about right though.
Yeah, just up over to where you can't see the turkey anymore.
I feel like he probably was sitting on that hillside.
Yep. That's enough evidence. You got a shell.
I'm not even going to touch it.
Shell.
I'm not even going to touch the shell.
So where?
Okay, sir.
You got feathers?
He's that stupid.
He's got feathers up there.
So that's where he carried it out.
Where are you at, Jake?
Is that where he flopped?
How many?
A lot.
Yeah. For sure.
Unreal.
I wonder if he was standing. I bet that hunter was standing.
I bet he heard that thing gobbling up here, snuck up from right back here, stood up, saw it, and killed it.
Where do you got
He's
feathers?
standing there. Right there.
Wow. See, I don't like that at all because if you got
You could
have got shot.
if you got decoys right there,
Mm-hmm.
and
You
you're
could have been
calling-
on your way in with him and he could have shot you.
All right, well, again, I've said it probably a dozen times now. This is not how we wanted to spend our opening morning, but after this whole poaching incident, we met up with the landowner, like I said, who we're friends with and we know very well, but we found the casing and we found a pile of feathers. It was about a 45-yard shot. Looks like the guy might have used the terrain to pop up and shoot him because there was no tree or anything near the casing, so I think he was probably standing. But the game warden is actually on his way here right now. He called us back right away, which is great, and we're hoping to put some pieces to the puzzle. We obviously have a ton of pictures and we have a ton of evidence, so
Yeah, you can't. I mean, there's fresh blood everywhere. We found shot in the trees. The timing worked out perfect. Had we were considering leaving, looping around to try to attack that bird from a different direction. So had we left and not heard the shot, we would have just thought the bird shut up. So, and then the landowner happened to be walking in right at the last second, or else we would have assumed he was the one that shot it. So
if it was going to happen the way it did to catch somebody, it's perfect. But it's just the two things to take away from this. The obvious one is don't be a dumb and follow the rules and read the rule books and respect property boundaries and do what you're supposed to do, because it just is sickening. I'm sick to my stomach. And then
I mean, he was bringing his grandson out here to hunt for one of his first times ever turkey hunting.
And that brings up the next point. This shot was directly to us and where the landowner was coming in. Yeah, it was 150 yards away, but it was facing directly at us. So had that been a different scenario, or had we been 5 minutes late and not, waved down the landowner, whatever, somebody could have got shot over this.
He would have been on his way in here with his grandson.
With his little grandson learning to turkey hunt. So, yeah. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Well, we just wrapped up with the game warden. He's helped us on a number of occasions, whether it's a deer salvage tag or whatever. So we like him a lot, and he was very timely getting out here. I mean, that was within an hour of us calling him that he's at the property. We gave him the full report. He was pretty pleased that we document everything, because if we need video or photos or whatever to help bust this guy, we got him. So he's got the coordinates and everything from us, and is going to head out to a couple of the houses that we think may be suspects. So we're hoping to hear from him today, and then go from there. It doesn't change the fact that that bird's gone, but we want to send a message and let people know that this isn't okay and this needs to stop. So other than that, just super bummed, and not how we wanted to start our season. So at least we got a beautiful day. It's a ground blind right there.